Hey nail sisters, today's video I'm swatching nude/neutral nude polish. If you're someone who wants a beige color or almond brown nudes, then the majority of these fall within that color range. I'm starting off with the Do You Take Lei Away. It has a creamy finish with a beige nude color. This is the true color without bright light. This color is really good for warm or neutral undertones. It has the right amount of beige and nude mix, but comes off with warmth, which is key for brown skin. I used to pick up beige colors that were either too dark or too light. This is the perfect beige, especially if you are brown skin and want a polish that is lighter than your complexion. This neutral/nude can be built up to your liking. So I started off light, as you can see. If you want a sheer finish, then just do one coat. However, you will see in a few seconds that I wanted my coverage to be built up to a full for a darker beige. So I did do 2 coats and cure that for 30 seconds. Towards the end, I will show in natural lighting how all of these shades look. Since I am under a very bright light, you can start to see how it's starting to have that very sheer yellowish beige color. So cream beige is a warm color that reflects yellowish undertones, as you can start to see in the light. And this is okay though because of the undertones with brown skin. So also beige colors do carry they can also come in very light pale yellow to brown hue, as you can see here. So I'm showing how it looks with one coat in natural lighting. Now I'm going in with my second coat to, like I said, have a more full coat. And I really think that 2 coats will bring you that, nude to beige look. Now, I don't really think that this needs 3 coats because with OPI, with this particular color, it does have that full coverage for you already. And like I said, it is very creamy and thick. So you really don't really need too many coats, especially depending on what look you want. So this is how it looks. It still has that sheer finish. OPI is a little bit on the pricey side, but what I will say is once you have a staple in your collection, I can always use this as my base color to blend and mix other colors together to get the right shade that I'm looking for. Here I'm showing how it looks with one coat in natural lighting, and here I did 2 coats. This color does remind me of a mix between a warm beige, khaki, and tan color. The next shade is called Ballet Slipper by Essie with undertones of white, pale pink with a sheer finish. This color is good for cooler tones, but there is still a way to work with this shade for brown skin. And here I'm showing the inside of the bottle to show how misleading it can look, as it looks like a soft nude. Here I'm starting with 1 coat, and what I like about Essie polish is the brush itself is very light. The bristles are shaped perfect to polish close to the cuticles. So if you struggle to polish, get to know Essie because she will definitely be your best friend. So this color does come in gel polish as well. And the trickiest part about applying this color is that it's very thin and sheer. So the brush strokes can appear like really apparent. So you can see here how that color looks, and it's coming off as very white and pale against my skin tone. It's not a bad nude, but it's too light for me. It looks really nice on fair skin. However, if you want a very light nude with hints of white, then this will definitely work for you. I did do 3 coats here for a darker look, and 3 coats will give you that more fuller, sheer, pale, milky nude color. So just play around with that color to your liking. Now the next color is called XOXO by Madam Glam. This is a very rich, creamy nude with a brown hint to it. I would say that this color can be sheer on its own. And here I'm showing the true color of how it looks. This color is also good for olive undertone. This is the Madam Glam box that it came in, and also this is vegan, cruelty free, also HEMA free, which means the product doesn't have certain products that can cause allergic reactions to certain people. So they don't include that in their formula. This is how the box looks once you open it. It does come in this very convenient package, which is really nice when you are getting your polishes so they don't spill everywhere, and they are sealed with a padded protection around it. Here I'm showing how the polish looks, and be mindful that this is against white light compared to the darker shade that I showed you, which was the true color before I came to the light. So here in a second, you will see how I'm applying it very thin beginning. So the way that I like to do my nude colors is I like to start out very light and sheer. So that means that I wipe off the whole brush on one side of the polish and use that same side to basically, I don't want to say drag the polish, but I do it in a way that it can be sheer. So you can see here how that it looks very nice, and it almost blends in like my natural nail color with a hint of deeper brown. So I really like how it looks very sheer. This is only with one coat. Now I did want to go a little bit more rich and deeper and darker. So I am showing here how this is how it looks with only one coat. And I did cure this for 30 seconds, but you will see in a second that I'm going to go back in with two coats and cure that for 30 seconds. This color does apply very sheer when you first apply it, but if you do three coats, it does become more opaque. And what I like about this color in particular is that it is very buildable, but just make sure to do thin coats for each layer so that it doesn't come off as too thick. This is with two coats. Now, the more you go to three coats, it does turn into a latte color. On this nail, I'm taking the last two nail polishes that I showed you that I already have, and I'm going to mix them. So I'm using the OPI Do You Take Lei Away first. As you can see that I'm starting out very, very sheer and light. Again, like I said, in this case, I'm going to take that whole brush and wipe off one side, but I don't want to press down too much pressure because then that will release a lot of polish. I want to keep it very thin so that both of these colors that I'm applying can appear and stand out. So the next color, I'm going on top of that, and this one is by D&D, and this is called Eggshell. I'm going to do this just a tad bit darker than the last shade, but I'm still keeping it very thin with my coats because, again, I want both of the colors to stand out. As you can see here, I'm showing how it's starting to look like a almond color. And I will show how I'm going to compare the first nail so you can see how it looks compared to Lei. Do You Take Lei Away on its own? So Lei looks like a warm beige, but this color is giving, like I said, a more toasted, lighter almond color. So if you're in search of a almond nude color, I would say that this is the perfect combo together because you can layer the colors like I just did to give it that look. And what I really like about this color is if you're a brown skin with yellow undertones, then this will be a shade lighter than your complexion, which is very nice, where it still is a toasted almond color with richness. The last color that I'm doing is I'm mixing my lighter shades together, and I'm also going to add a drop of a darker nude color that I just showed you so that I can get a sheer nude. So this is where I'm customizing the nude color to how I want it to be. Here I'm starting off very light again, and then I'm going to go deeper with the color, and I'm just mixing the colors together so that I can get the perfect color. I am using a blending brush to apply this. so that I can blend all these colors together and the layers are seamlessly. Now you can use a regular polish brush, but I don't want this. I want it to blend together. So that's why I think that the blending brush is a little bit better than just a polish brush, because I'm adding on various layers. And the layer does start to seem very sheer. And again, this is how you want it to, be. You can deepen it, you can go lighter. So because I want it to appear sheer, the last step that I'm going to do is add a top coat. You can also add a clear coat color if you wanted to thin it out, and then just kind of, you'll see here I'm dragging the brush to blend everything in. So I'm really liking how this color is starting to look. Two of the polishes that I used today, you can also use them as, if you're looking for a brown polish, you can definitely use that as well. And also most of these today you can use them for nude, neutrals, or browns. It really just depends on what shade of nude color you are going after. If you made it this far in this video, make sure to like this video and let me know what other colors of shades that you all would like to see down below, and I'll see you all in my next video.